Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Learn Gujarati with Me podcast episode and YouTube video. Today we're going to keep going with some vocabulary in Gujarati. We have done a lot of vocabulary in recent lessons. We did the extremely long 500 word series, where it's like 20 or 15 different parts. We've done some food videos, some animal videos, lots and lots of videos. Today, we're going to wrap up Gujarati animals. And we're going to split this almost in two halves. In the first half of the video, we're going to look at some wild animals, things you'd find like in the jungle, for instance. And after that, we're going to look at some water animals. So we'll look at two different categories of animals in one single video. In this video, we're going to first do it just orally. We're just going to talk like this. But then I will share my screen. We're going to look at some pictures and do some practice. Now, as always, in these vocabulary videos, if you want to see, let me show you. If you want to see a visual, you want to see like what the words are spelled, like how they're spelled. I'll put a link in the episode description box. There's going to be a PDF that looks like this. There's also going to be a table at the bottom that looks like this, where it gives you like the phonetic pronunciation of each word. Okay, let's begin with some wild animals. So wild animals, I would say the first one I want to do is see. See. See in Gujarati is lion. Now you might be thinking, why are we doing see first? Well, the reason we're doing see first is because me as a child, I mixed up two different animals in Gujarati all the time. In English, actually, sorry, not in Gujarati. In English, the two words, I mixed them up all the time. And it was see versus vag. Vag is a tiger. See is a lion. See, lion, vag, tiger. In my mind, I just thought they're the same thing. I was like, oh my God, lions and tigers are just the same. It's just the same thing. So I always mix them up for an embarrassingly long time. Probably when I was like, even at the age of like 20, if someone said to me, vag or tiger in English, I'd be like, oh, that must look like a lion. Or I'd be like, oh, lion, that's the one that looks like a tiger. So anyway, see is a lion, vag is a tiger. Now, another wonderful animal, an animal that I gained a deep level of appreciation for, is hathi. Hathi. I remember I went to Uganda. My family's actually from Uganda, well, not originally, but they're born and raised in Uganda, and they were there for generations and generations and generations. And so we went to Uganda in 2012 and went to a safari, and that was the first time I just saw like elephants just roaming like this, all these hathi just like walking around. Those hathi, those elephants, they don't mess around at all. They don't mess around at all. Our guide in the safari, he had this joke or this statement he'd make. He would say that the lion is the king of the jungle, but the elephant is the chairman of the jungle. So we have vag for tiger, si for lion, hathi for elephant. Let's look at another one that I really, really like. It is the word for wolf. Oh, wolves are so cool. They're such a cool animal. And a wolf in Gujarati is varu. Varu. I find that the word for varu is kind of easy to remember in a way, because I feel like it ends in oo, and the wolves will howl. They go woo, right? They howl like that. So varu, varu, it howls, right? Varu. Such a cool animal varu is. Now, varu, I don't know if this is true or not, but I assume that some of the animals that they hunt, I can really just picture this in my mind. I feel like they hunt a lot of saslu. Saslu is a rabbit. So I live in Calgary. It's a city in Canada. Probably you know this at this point. And we have so many sasla. So sasla is the plural of saslu. One saslu, lots of sasla. We have so many different sasla that's running around everywhere. Everywhere. And they're not overly afraid of humans. They will run away from you, obviously, but it's not like they're tremendously, tremendously afraid. Like we see them everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So let's do a quick recap. We have saslu, which is a rabbit. We have varu, which is the wolf. We have hathi. Hathi is an elephant. We have vag. Vag is a tiger. And we have si. Si is a lion. Let's transition to our water animals. Those are our land wild animals. let's look at some water animals. Now, the first water animal we're going to do is one that perhaps you've already seen, and it's magar. Magar is an alligator. I find that a lot of the Gujarati stories, they all have magar in them. Like a lot of them really have magar. Another really common water animal, maybe the most common water animal, is machli. Machli. Machli is a fish. Machli. Fun fact about fish that you might not know, I learned this maybe a year ago. For machli, fish, apparently if like fish is singular and plural, so you can have one fish, two fish, three fish, four fish, but fishes also exists. And apparently fishes is if you have multiple different types of fish all together. So you have like a salmon, you have a shark, you've got, goldfish all hanging out. That is now fishes. Interesting, right? So we have our magar, which is our what do you call that? Alligator. We have machli, which is our fish. Let's do, what's a good one here? Let me look at the list and pick a good one that I like. Let's do, oh yes, I love this. Let's do kachbo. Kachbo. Lots of stories of kachbo in it. And in fact, we even did saslu earlier. Saslu is the rabbit, right? So we have the classic story of the tortoise and the hare. So kachbo is our turtle or tortoise. Kachbo ne saslu. So the turtle or tortoise and the hare. So kachbo ne saslu. Kachbo is a turtle. Saslu is our rabbit. Any other? I think I'm happy with that. So that's the animals we'll do today. Now, obviously, there's way more land animals and way more water animals. Again, if you want to see like a much more complete list, simply go to the episode description box. I'm gonna have a link, to these worksheets here, so you can see all the water animals. You can see all the different wild animals. You can have a table list that looks like this. And so yeah, that's that. Let's do some practice. Let's pop over here and let's look at some animals. Let's look, for example, let's begin with, let's do a turtle first. I'm in a turtle mood right now. Here's some turtles. What do we call a turtle in Gujarati? Turtle is kachbo. Kachbo. Now, I assume that these eat kachbo. We have an alligator. How do we say alligator in Gujarati? I'm assuming alligators eat turtles, probably. I feel like turtles are like perfect meals for alligators. So they're so slow and alligators are so fast. We have magar. Magar. It really looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? Like magar actually look like dinosaurs. They really do. Okay, let's just do fish. Let's stay in the water for now. What do we call a fish in Gujarati? We might get more cooked fish than live fishes. Ooh, yucky. What do we call fish? Fish is machli. Machli. All right, let's head over to the land animals. Let's start with a lion. So here's a lion. What do we call lion in Gujarati? C, right? Now, in the word C, you'll notice there's kind of this H and N at the end of it. Like if you look at the English pronunciation of it, kind of ignore that in a way. It's just pronounced C. C. So the lion is the king of the jungle. What is the chairman of the jungle? As our guide in Africa said, what is the chairman of the jungle? Elephant. What do we call elephant in Gujarati? Elephant is hathi. Hathi. Some pretty cool hathi pictures. Fun fact, I don't know why this is the case. My cousin's dog, the dog's name is Hathi. So the dog is named Elephant. I've known people who have given their dogs such strange names in my life. I've known so many bizarre dog names. At one point in my life, this will be a good food recap. In a way, I had 3 sets of dogs in my family, and there's Alu, Nimbu, and Gobi. Or in Gujarati, it would be, if we translate that to Gujarati, it would be Bateta, Limbu, and Gobi. Why? Because they have batata gobi, that makes a nice curry. And then you put limbu on top, which is lemon on top. So those are three dogs together. Or we had another dog. I had a friend whose dog's name was Doggy. So Doggy, but with a Spanish accent. They're Colombian. Doggy. Very funny. All right. So we had lions. We had an elephant. Let's look at some tigers. I love tigers. Tigers are such a cool animal. Wow. What a beautiful, gorgeous animal tigers are. Dangerous, obviously. Very, very dangerous animal. But boy, oh boy. Like, could you imagine this tiger just you're walking outside and a tiger just locks eyes with you in that way? Like you are done. You are done. Like there's nothing you can do. What do we call a tiger in Gujarati? And they swim too, right? They're not even scared of the water. Ugh, terrifying. Vag. 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 Okay. Let's look at what else we do for wild animals. Let me have a look at the list here. We did what did I forget? Oh yes, I forgot those. Forgot the wolf and I forgot the rabbit. Let's have a look at those. Here's a nice look at some wolf pictures. What do we call a wolf in Gujarati? Wolf is what is a wolf? Varu. Varu. Kind of funny. You look at some of these wolf pictures and they almost look like cute dogs in a way. Like you'd almost think like, oh yeah, that's a safe animal to be around, but like no, just not. Like that could eat you. So varu, and let's do last one here. We have a rabbit, which we have lots of those in Calgary. What do we call rabbit in Gujarati? Saslu. Saslu. Very cute. Very, very cute. Okay, so that wraps up today's lesson. We've done a lot of vocabulary recently, and that's just lovely. And hope you've learned a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Remember to go download the worksheets, by the way, in the episode description box. Don't forget that. Very, very important. Okay, see you next time. Outro. Bye.